In the heart of the cozy village of Willowbrook, Halloween excitement bubbled like a witch's cauldron. It was time for the Great Pumpkin Contest, and kids from every corner of the village were eager to participate. Their goal was to decide who would wear the famous giant pumpkin costume and lead the Halloween parade. Everyone knew this was the highest honor in Willowbrook. Nestled on Mr. Tidwell's farm was a truly gargantuan pumpkin, so big it could house a family of squirrels comfortably. "This pumpkin is perfect for our contest," declared Mr. Tidwell, beaming through his spectacles. He plucked a proud feather from his favorite rooster, Cluckle, and jotted contestants' names on the entry list. Contestants gathered in the barn, faces aglow with excitement. Each one had something special about them. Sandy, a curious girl with twinkling eyes, loved reading magical books. Leo, the fastest runner, had hair that stood up like a hedgehog's prickles. Max, the tiniest yet most daring of them all, had a knack for finding secret paths in the woods. And Zoe, with her joyful giggle, could make the grumpiest cat purr. The first challenge was inside the barn, finding a secret key hidden among haystacks. The kids dived into the hay like burrowing moles, laughing as straw flew everywhere. Suddenly, Leo popped up, key in hand. "Got it," he cheered, his eyes twinkling brightly. The second challenge took them to Willowbrook's oldest tree. Their task was to fetch a magical acorn guarded by 3 playful squirrels. Sandy walked up to the squirrels, recalling a spell from her favorite book. Whispering gently, the squirrels listened and offered the acorn in exchange for a promise of more nuts. Next up was a riddle challenge by the village's wise old owl, Professor Hoot. The owl asked, "I can be cracked, made, told, and played. What am I?" The kids pondered, scratching their heads and tapping their chins. It was Max who piped up, "A joke." Professor Hoot nodded approvingly. Finally came the scariest challenge, navigating Mrs. Grimble's haunted attic. Cobwebs, creaky floors, and whispers in the dark greeted the kids. Zoe's giggle filled the attic with warmth and courage. "It's just old furniture and shadows," she laughed. Inspired by her bravery, the others followed, and soon they danced out of the spooky attic hand in hand. Back at the barn, Mr. Tidwell smiled widely. "You've all done remarkably well," he said. "But only one can wear the pumpkin costume. What's most important is what you've shown in these challenges: curiosity, speed, daring, and cheer." The children held hands, forming a circle around the pumpkin. They looked at each other, realizing they each brought something special. "How about we all share it?" Sandy suggested. "How?" questioned Leo. "We can take turns wearing it." Zoe chimed in. Max added, "And we'll all lead the parade together." The barn filled with laughter and claps. Mr. Tidwell nodded, his eyes gleaming with pride. That Halloween, the giant pumpkin wobbled through Willowbrook streets on 8 little feet, as all 4 kids took turns guiding it. Lanterns glowed, children cheered, and the air was filled with magic. As the parade wound down, they all agreed, it was the best Halloween ever. No one really remembered who wore the pumpkin first because, in the end, they all became the pumpkin in spirit, lighting up the town with their camaraderie.